Yo, what's going on, gamers? Today we're gonna be doing how to sound like Tory Lanez in the song Lady of Namek. I think that's how you pronounce it. I really like the song. It has a very disco-y 80s sound to it. It's very cool. Before we get into it, subscribe if you already subscribed, notification bell as well. Description down below is full of sweet things like preset packs and other cool stuff. Lady of Namek. Let's get into it. 80s style, baby. Disclaimer, I can't sing as well as Tory Lanez can. My voice is not that high. So a lot of the vocal clips you'll hear from me sound like crap. That doesn't mean the vocal chain is crap. That just means I am. What'd I put into Mark?
So can we play with the stars tonight? Can we make them all?
That's all I can do. Well, if you like how that sounded and want to learn how to get it, this is how you get it. This is what it sounds like with absolutely nothing. Let's start with pitch correction because that's just something, baby. Pitch correction mono. And when you're within it, we have natural minor E. It's not going to be the same for you unless you're using that key. I have a 0 response time. I should probably have it at like 10. Doesn't really matter. Use it if you want. The first actual plugin we want is channel EQ. Let's clean it up. To begin with, you need this. So EQ, channel EQ, mono. So the output gain is at 3.5. Let's make it 0. We cut it off at the red at 100, dropped it around 500 minus 2, raised it from 1600 all the way to the end plus 3. Cut off at about 14,000, okay? And then we went plus 3.5. You can also copy these settings down below by double clicking and changing them if you want the same ones as me. So just pitch correction and the channel EQ.
So can we play with the stars tonight?
Chugging along, we got 3 straight compressors. So compressor 1, bring it over. Dynamics compressor mono. Within it, you have vintage FET. I thought of vintage, so I picked this vintage. Auto gain's off. This is off as well. Soft distortion, a ratio of 3.7 to 1. Threshold of negative 27.5. Makeup of 5. Attack of 13.5. Release at 100. Knee at 0.7. It makes you thicker and louder. Next compressor. That even made me thicker. Dynamics compressor mono. I could be over compressing, but I'm not the spokesman for how to edit on Logic. I just like to help you out. Studio VCA. Auto gain off. This off as well. Distortions on hard. Ratio of 6.1 to 1. Threshold of negative 23.5. Makeup of 4. Attack of 5. Release of 12. This is a fast acting, thick compressor.
We like it.
With the 2 compressors and the EQ and pitch correction.
So can we play with the stars tonight?
Next is a MultiPresser, the multi-band compressor. A great plugin where you can dynamics MultiPresser mono your way to the finish line. That was on the spot, that sucked. What you want to do first is space them out. So these rectangles here, double click 11,900, 2,500, 160. Negative 10, 4.5, 3.5, 0.5. Then we want to compress them by moving these triangles right here, or double clicking these. Minus 38, minus 26, minus 25, minus 18. They just kind of compress. In the output, I made minus 1. Moving on, we have a channel EQ. Now we're gonna change the EQ after everything we just did. Minus 3.7 on the gain, so let's bring it to 0. We took this blue, took it to 4760 and raised it plus 4. Then minus 3.7, that's all we did. That kind of tops it off a bit, raises the areas we want to actually accentuate. Now comes a cool effect in the chroma verb. This gives it that 80s dance disco room effect. So, reverb, chroma verb, mono stereo. I know it sounds like crap, but so do all my tutorials. We have a dense room. Click the top, it's in the very middle. We have a 25% wet, 85% dry, 50% distance, 1.1 second decay, 60, 100. Now you want to pinpoint these areas. Now what I'm going to change here is I'm going to take this, I'm going to make sure it's not as impressive on the high end like that. So it's mainly singling out the mid to high area, so the reverb goes there. And the reason it sounds like this is because there's not much of a distance to it. Now we need an actual reverb to boost it a little more and make it blend more with the mix. Bus 1, activate. We're gonna make it negative 19. Hi, you hear what it's doing. First in the bus, you need a channel EQ. Make sure it's first. EQ, channel EQ, mono, not stereo. Should it be stereo? Let's make it stereo. And inside of it, what we did, we just took the green to about 1000, raised it 2. That's it. I wanted to make the mid more prominent. And then we add a space designer right after it. Reverb, space designer, stereo. This gave me a nice midnight vibe, so we went to the top and did large, plate, midnight plate. Negative 7.2 wet, 0 dry. Output EQ, cut off the high, cut off the low, raise the mid. No, let's make the dry.
So can we play with the stars tonight?
Well, that'll do it. Now we can just freestyle and have a good time with it. Natural minor E happens to be the worst key for me to even sing in. I can't do it, but I like this song a lot and I like the vocals, so let's freaking do it, bro.
I woke up in the morning and I had a nice lunch. Then I went home and I had some brunch. Where are you going tonight? I sing like there's no joke. Ooh, baby. I can only make mouth whistles when I do this key like ooh.
That's about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed that and learned something as well. And if you didn't, what can I say at this point? You guys are great for sticking with me this long. Just hope you guys learned something and appreciate everything. Thank you so much for watching, and like always, we out.